Best piece of advice I've ever had. It's always a good question.
Well, I ask everyone this, and it's almost
Yeah,
the different people say different things, but
yeah.
actually, just I find the feedback really interesting, and
Mhm.
it's anything you've got that you kind of like to share.
I think basically never stop learning and never be satisfied. I think that goes, all aspects of life, not just dentistry. From a dental point of view, there's always the new technique, there's always the new, way of doing things. And again, personally, and it's never just sort of resting on your laurels of, I've done a 5-year dental degree, I know how to do everything, and because you'll quickly get outpaced, say in the market, and everywhere really.
Can I ask the next one, which is almost to do with um, if you were to give advice to your younger self, and this could be 2009 Jake who's going to uni, or it could be 2050, whoever you want. Is there anything in particular, that you would kind of say to your younger self?
I think it would have been to potentially start earlier in terms of um, doing more from an earlier period of time. So from a personal level of the property side of things, starting earlier, starting investing earlier in that sense. And I think from a dental point of view this time, I think again going and doing more earlier, reading more earlier. I think starting early is key. Obviously, it's never too late to start, but I think starting earlier would have just pushed my journey a little bit quicker.
I completely agree. It was when I went back to Sheffield to have a client meeting probably 2 months ago. And what was quite funny, I think it was because I live in Newcastle now. So when I kind of traveled back down, I hadn't been for quite a while. And then I was kind of on my way to a meeting. My first business was a photography business, and I used to do a lot of kind of university black
Yeah,
tie balls and graduations and stuff.
yeah, I remember.
And I realized that people always say that you get good at something after 10,000 hours, which is give or take 10 years. And actually, I kind of realized that everything from a graphic design to photography to whatever, I realized I'd been doing it for 12 years. And almost the reason why I think I was finally comfortable to make the jump on my own properly when I had
Yeah,
responsibilities was almost because I started early. And I probably made horrific mistakes, but the point is I didn't mind and I just kept going. That
yeah,
actually now, I'm still only 36. I've probably got 30 years left, but it was almost, I'm glad I started now as opposed to when I was 50, just because I can
mhm,
just keep getting better and better and better. So I think that's a
yeah.
superb one. And then just to kind of wrap up, what is the big dream for yourself? What's in the future?
For me, it's really diversifying, working on myself. Like I say, property wise, diversifying into that aspect of it and other aspects. And then on a career level, it's moving into different areas. So all the stuff we've kind of touched upon, working on at some point, getting some publications, some articles out there to kind of get a bit of a research basis from myself, which I'm in the process of doing during the master side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then working on that is working on my personal brand and doing some talks. I've been discussing with some friends who work in different aspects of healthcare,
Yep.
and we're going to do some talks to our patients and kind of merging that healthcare together. So again, kind of what we've been talking on throughout, and just really push that avenue because we've got a good platform to do stuff these days with all the different social media aspects and stuff, and so it's just pushing that out there. And that's why I said about starting earlier. It's stuff I thought about
Yep.
a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, and I should have done it then, but can't live with regret, so we're doing it now.
Honestly, I think that's brilliant advice. I, yeah, I think it's spot on for anyone that wants to do anything. Almost just start, even if you start part time and you kind of build up to it. There's so many good people out there that are all in the same boat. They're all at different maybe ages in the kind of stages in their career, but actually everyone's going through the same boat. And actually, I think that's a great piece of advice. So I appreciate that.